నిజం చెప్పాలంటే నేను ఇక్కడికి వచ్చినప్పుడు ఐ డెంట్ నో నాకు ఫస్ట్ టైం ఒక ఫోన్ మెసేజ్ వచ్చింది సందీప్ గారి నుంచి. I said, what is this TITA? I had no clue also about it. Kani, then the next question, if he recollects, I said, what is this title? IT ante manaki information technology. Suddenly you see a new word. So, how did this come? I actually went into Google and saw what is the definition. Telisinde, but veelu inko roopanga pettaru. So అది కొత్తగా అయింది, and that's hats off to you. It's a good way to put it, and it's now an accepted word of having intelligent technology. Intelligent technology for intelligent people, or even unintelligent people to become intelligent is the way I look at it. With all due respect to all the dignitaries who have been with us since morning, lot of things have come, and I was wondering, at conferences where IT is there, IT information technology, generally agriculture last round. ఏదో చిన్న మొదట్లో హాఫ్ అన్ అవర్ ఉంటుంది మిగతా సెక్టర్స్కి, అగ్రికల్చర్ లాస్ట్లో ఉంటుంది. So the best part is, and I compliment and I thank you, maybe because Niranjan Reddy got inspiration or maybe because we realized that agriculture was the only sector during COVID which withstood all the pressures. Probably we have reached the stage where due credit is being given. Having said that, being in agriculture, it's not so easy to work. It's not so hype, or hyper to work. And we'll see what is it. Has the presentation?
Yes, ma'am.
Oh, sorry. So when I got the title, I also stitched IND for AG in the language of the IT professionals. You make everything in an acronym fashion. So I thought I'll keep to my topic, but I'll try to share something. Must admit, you'll have to bear me for at least 20 minutes. Because that was the time given to me, and I thought I'd stick to it. I'm an academician also by training, so we stick to time and try to do. And I tried to put this for this actually very, very learned group. I've tried to talk something about what is AgHub, because I'm really pleased that you mentioned about AgHub, and I must say it must be one of the very few first occasion where we are talking about AgHub in the society also, and thanks a lot for that. I'll talk about that, and then we'll try and see how intelligent technology is seamlessly coming into agriculture sector, and what you youngsters can really do for us, help us in this exciting journey which we feel it's going on. I'm also happy that my team, as well as Srija, I treat Srija now with Agustin Garu as part of our team, because they are now with us as incubators, and we are trying to help them in one part of their journey, and I hope we will be delivering and mentoring them soon on a science-based evidence. So with this, okay. So the seeds for this started probably in 2019. We all know there is a beautiful campus, PGTSU, Professor Jai Shankar, Telangana Agriculture University, which was there even long back, and it is one of the predominant universities at the national level in agriculture. And a lot of us have actually passed through the portals of it. It also has a campus where several other national agricultural institutes are located on the land of PGTSU. So it harbors a lot of education. And in 2019, in one of the conferences where Niranjan Reddy himself was the chief guest in valediction, one point agenda was given that we need to start thinking of agri-entrepreneurship or something about the startups. Everything in every sector there is, but agriculture, by by definition, we've always been in public sector organization. Always we do research, publish papers, take it to the farmers on a top-down approach, and then keep quiet. We never realize that there will be so many products, so many devices, so many processes, which can also bring small businesses in it. And this probably it is the apt time, because today agriculture is part of international trade. That means you have developed a system at the international and global level where many of the products can be part of trade and livelihoods are dependent. So this thought process came to the government and catalysis took place, and 2020 we put up the proposal. 2021 August 30th we were inaugurated as a facility which took shape despite COVID being one of the predominant factors in the journey. So this is the small little facility in the PGTSU campus. We are part of the university. We have a big vision of trying to get into the global level as a world-class agri-innovation hub that can promote innovation and entrepreneurship in agriculture. And agriculture, please remember, is not in city. I think only waiting for us to reach there. And so we want to create that local change with a global impact. అంటే మన దగ్గర రూరల్ ఏరియాస్ లో అయ్యే వస్తువుల్ని బిజినెస్ గా కెన్ వి టేక్ ఇట్ టు ద గ్లోబల్ లెవెల్ జస్ట్ as we did the IT sector services and the state becoming number 2 in this. So if this is the vision, our vision is mainly to translate the vision into action. So we have these 4-5 agenda items on us to do. We would like to help all the startups, whether agricultural background or non-agriculture, at any stage of right till go-to-market stage. If we are able to catalyze their journey, we would be very happy to do that. We also want to bring that change in the university education. IITs నుంచి చాలా స్టార్టప్స్ వస్తారు, ఈవెన్ JNTU నుంచి వస్తారు. నేను చాలా అసెస్మెంట్ కమిటీస్లో కూర్చుంటే, బట్ మా యూనివర్సిటీ నుంచి మా థింకింగ్ అండ్ ఎడ్యుకేషన్ ఫర్ దాట్ టైమ్ ఆఫ్ గ్రీన్ రెవల్యూషన్ ఇట్ వాస్ నీడెడ్. సో మేము అందరం అట్లా పెరిగాం. దట్ పని చేయాలి, రైతు వస్తాడు, ఆయనకి ఏదో చెప్తామో అది అంతవరకు we never thought of products. So we want to bring that change in our research system and try and see if we can commercialize technology. And I will show you how university is doing that. And of course, can we support startups if Shruja now is able to make a startup? Can we immerse it into the state ecosystem and then take it to the national level? So, unlike in Hyderabad, we are part of the innovation group. Almost you have quite a number, in hundreds, in 3 digital engineering college. Ours is a little USP is we are operating in hub and spoke. TITA is already doing a lot in the rural areas. We have decided that the Hyderabad facility is the hub, but it will have 3 radiant, at this point of time, 3 spokes in the 3 areas we have defined. That is Jagtial, Warangal and Vikarabad. It's not intentional, but at this point we want to limit to 3. But all the areas within this area, this zone will be catered to in these rural spokes. And I think with confidence, by 4 March, our rural spokes will be now in the stage of takeoff. We are supported, of course, by the government of Telangana and the university. We are part of it. It's a Section 8 company. But we are now also recipient by the NABARD as a rural business incubator center. So we are funded by NABARD in our work. And We want to take our presence, our experience at the global, our connectivity with the national system, but collaborate more at the Telangana-based incubators across and try and build an ecosystem wherever there is agri and food, whether it is T-Hub, V-Hub, TSIC, anywhere, the element of ag and food, we are prepared to nurture, catalyze and walk together with the other incubators. So our hub and spoke model is, we are looking at ag tech companies or ag tech innovations at the hub. We are looking at our researchers and extension and students, agri students to build them at the hub. But in the rural areas, we are looking at student entrepreneurs, we are looking at grassroots entrepreneurs. I'm sure everybody knows about Pallas Krishna's work, which is phenomenal in this state also. We are actively involved in that because nothing in rural will happen agriculture agriculture. I mean, everything is agriculture there. So we have a special focus on women entrepreneurs. Luckily, the university is recipient of the one district, one product, incubator grants at 3 different places. Out of the two places, 2 are where our rural spokes are going to be there. So we envisage building FPOs also. And then of course, that segment which TITA is already looking, the rural youth. Let's see how we can do further. So we want to build that bridge. I know TITA has built already. You're going from urban to rural. Can I also have a situation where I do a lot of rural entrepreneurship in the rural? My farmer and my rural colleagues sit there, but they take their products to the urban via this bridge. So our bridge will have to be two-way, and we want to build it. It's not always top-down or urban-rural. Let's make it rural-urban is our aim. And that, I think, after hearing so much of today's intentions, I feel it's an open invitation for TITA. We welcome you as our partner. We can formalize it. Remember, we are a company, so we have to formalize it, and we will love to walk along with you in this. So as I said, we launched, it was a huge, one of our cherished movements. We had almost 3 ministers and NABARD chairman and a huge galaxy of people. We are active on the LinkedIn and social media. Please, you can have a look at it. But the next one, what are we doing now? That's more important for you people to know. Right now we have almost 30 startups, 25 plus I would say. Now the interesting part is, Jaishan Jungarniche first call in December we called 183 ag-tech companies. We assess them and we have taken them. I come with an experience of almost 12-15 years in ag innovation. I was already leading an incubator at now. So with that experience, many ag tech companies, beautiful ideas of them. But somewhere some element of connectivity miss out. Okay, app undi, anta undi. But madam, it just changes the scene. So we have carved out for the first time in India a program called AgTech Pilots, which is a soft landing program for 1 season where we connect directly at the crop stage with the farmer through our extension system, provide technical mentoring of the scientists all through it, and they come back to us with the validator. Now that helps us because if AgTech companies, investors, the first question they are asked is, will validate Chesara, then we can think of funding you. So we thought a soft landing, and it's been a pretty good, pleasant, memorable experience of running it. We have run for 2 seasons, we are in the cohort 2 also, and most of our startups want to continue with us because they think it's a very valuable experience. I've had smart IT professionals working in blockchain, rolling up their knees, pants, going into the field, working with the farmer, saying, "Madam, this is something different. We never visioned that this is what we have to inculcate in our app." And they have changed their business model also. So this is the way we are operating. We also, and I must put on record my thanks to the Mr. Jayesh Ranjan for actually putting us into this thinking. That's one. We also have the traditional incubation. Anybody coming with idea, they graduate, they come up with we provide them all the services in our thing. And then we also help them with business mentors, specifically agribusiness, and then they go. This is a unique program. Very interesting agri-tech startup comes to us. His product is already in the market. He's in the Telangana market also. But I am inspired and under Madam, product only it's version 2. I want to go to version 4 and I need some research backup. So we launched a new program called Co-Innovation. And our startup with my R&D department, Kalasi for one season, depending on the problem statement, they are now working together. And the type of program is the IP rests jointly with the two teams, but we give an exclusive license for them to go into the market with our business support after the beta version comes out. And I know for sure it is going in a great way. And it was the first time because startups trust has to come. Our researchers, we only think of projects, funding from DST in a different way. So the matching had to be made, gap and problem at the ground level identified, and today it is in the field. I hope within next 2 seasons we will be able to come out with the new version which can be in the market. We also realize, unlike other sectors, you have many enterprises here which do not traditionally fit into startups. So we have now called for a new program called Enterprise Acceleration Program because they think they still require help from the AgHub or university. So we have opened up recently for enterprise. So we have companies like NatSoft, which is already a good company in blockchain, but they wanted to become an incubating here, primarily because the agri domain has to be thought of. Last week there was an interesting startup who decided they have recruited some 25 of their people. I think I was mentioning to you. They come to us and say, "Ma'am, all our IT people for agriculture, they don't know plant, shoot, root, nothing." So they came. I was very happy. Their HR was very forward-looking, I thought. So a day of complete domain knowledge in agriculture in the fields. మీరు ఇందాక చెప్పారే మట్టిలో వాడు ఎట్లా టచ్ చేశారు. అవును, సాయిల్ టెస్టింగ్ సొల్యూషన్ చెప్పారు. సాయిల్ ఎట్లా ఉంటుందో తెలియకపోతే అసలు అప్లికేషన్ ఎట్లా చేయగలరు. సో దట్ వే వీఆర్ స్టార్టింగ్ దీస్ ప్రోగ్రామ్స్ ఫార్ AgTechs also. Next. So this is just a quick way of looking. AgTech ante only apps of IT kaadandi. You have biotechnology, you have emerging technologies. In that, Nageshwar Reddy was talking about AI, blockchain and all. So you have interesting people. Agri waste ఉంటుంది. Then how do you remodel and use it in a product which can be used? So we have a very good incubator who is working on, and he is now in the final stage to get into the market with his new products coming out of rice waste. Okay. Then we also have అందరికీ తెలుసు ఇప్పుడు మన తెలంగాణలో తాండూర్ దాల్ ఇస్ వెరీ స్పెషల్. మేమే ఈ మధ్య మోస్ట్ ప్రాబ్లీ త్వరలో దానికి తాండూర్ దాల్కి GI వస్తుంది, geographical indication. Now how do you as a customer know that you are buying actually the premium price తాండూర్ దాల్? తాండూర్ దాల్ కొనాలి, టేస్ట్ బాగుంటుంది, అన్నీ ఉంటాయి, కానీ ప్యాకెట్ మీద తాండూర్ దాల్ ఉంటుంది. సో traceability is an issue, especially for heritage type of food, consumer goods. ఏదైనా మనకి ఇప్పుడు డార్జిలింగ్ టీ అంటారు, మనకి పొంగంపల్లి మ్యాంగో అంటాం. బట్ అన్నిటి మనకి ఆథెంటిసిటీ తెలియాలంటే ఇంటెలిజెంట్ టెక్నాలజీ లైక్ బ్లాక్ చైన్ serves the need. But that intelligent technology has to put into the agri food system. This is where AgHub can help the application actually be rooted into the different elements. To say that tandoor dal, నేను కొన్న తాండూర్ నుంచే వచ్చింది, ఏ పొలం నుంచి వచ్చింది అంత దాకా తెలిస్తే consumers don't. There are a set of consumers who don't mind spending that much amount also. Next. Okay, others, we are in a state of millet, so we have a very young lady who is using yeast in a different form to make ready to eat. I see a lot of IT, people, and we all are time-starved people, don't want to cook. Many youngsters, men or women, all are same in that category. So we have a very aspiring, enthusiastic young lady who's coming with ready-to-eat chapatis, which will be shelf life is very large. That is good. Green Tattva, it's not an IT, but they have infused intelligent technology recently. They are just connecting with FPOs and removing the middleman to source their products into the market, organic food. But they have used one of our own startups, co-partnering between two startups with their technology to trace the goods they are getting from FPO and convey to their consumers that they are from their fields, which they want. So this is one. Next one. So in the minister disease prediction, photourban, it's been there for, that technology has been there for last 20 years. I'm a plant pathologist by training, I know that. But what we don't have is predictive analysis. We want AgTech companies, IT intelligent technology companies to come in with this analytics, but translated at farm level. Okay, next. Or robots. Meerandaru gaming vaadtaru, all the kids do. Can we use the same technology to run a weed machine in a farm so the farmers, drudgery is saved? So there are a lot already going on. We are supporting this. I'm sure everybody knows about drones. They are a big company in Telangana now. Drone is the keyword also coming up. Next. Can we just skip some of this? Yeah. I just wanted కొత్త టెక్నాలజీ ఒకటి వచ్చింది on trying to put solar driven panels to give a third crop to farmer. అంటే IoT based technology with a capacity to turn also and get along with the sunlight and grow crops below the solar panel, generate electricity which goes to the grid and gets an extra income, and continue the other things also, and you're also into the green category. So we have a startup aspiring. What I'm trying to only tell you is these are just examples. You may have even better ideas. And that's what we are looking for. We can just, I think everybody should, ఇప్పటిదాకా నేను చెప్పిందంతా ఈ యొక్క స్లైడ్లోనే వస్తుంది. తెలంగాణ సోనా అందరికీ చాలా మందికి తెలుసు ఉంటుంది. ఎంతమందికి తెలుసు? రైస్ వెరైటీ, that's a good number. It's a university variety released. మా ట్రెడిషనల్ రీసెర్చ్ చేసి దాన్ని we improved it. It can be used with less water, short duration, all parameters are there. It's very suitable. It can be used in Kharif and Rabi. Ippude manam cheppam, we are a water surplus state, not a water deficient state. So water tendency is rice. We enta cheppina, we want crop diversification, but generally rice is preferred. So Telangana Sona is good. The astonishing part, which was not part of our earlier research, was it has got low GI. So ఇప్పుడు మనం అంతా health fat ఎక్కువ కదా, we want healthy food and all. So it also answers the need for diabetic, low sugar content is there, which is scientifically proved. But the outer ring, if you see, at every juncture of pre-production, seed production, crop production, post-production. There is an entry of some other innovation from information technology. I have blockchain, I have a mechanized way of transplanting my seedlings. I have, drones. I have IC sensors for water analytics and predict fertilizer application. And finally, I get the seed. So if there's a traceability in blockchain added to it, farmer doesn't get the spurious seed. At least he knows what he's buying, and he's able to, overcome that challenge of buying spurious seed. Some years back, that was one of our main problems. Mali you grow, this is seed production. In all this journey, we have 10,000 farmers engaged, taught with the modern techniques and earning only for seed production using these interventions. Tarvata, traditional direct seeding method is the new way we are trying to use. And again, in the crop production, and today, if you just Google Telangana Sona, you have 5 companies which are taking it onto the global market through Amazon. How did it come? There was an intervention of IT, IoTs, whatever you say, in every stage. We have another company called Superjob. Tremendous work. మనము మిల్లర్స్ దగ్గరికి వెళ్ళినప్పుడు చాలా సార్లు ధాన్యాల్లో బ్రోకెన్ సీడ్ ఉంటుంది. మిల్లర్స్ ప్రైసింగ్ ఎట్లా ఉంటుంది, ఎంత పర్సెంటేజ్ బ్రోకెన్ సీడ్, ఎంత ఇది. ఇఫ్ ఐ హ్యావ్ అ ఫాస్ట్ టూల్, ఒక ఇట్లాంటి ఫోన్లో పెట్టి ఐ కెన్ గ్యాదర్ ఎంత పర్సెంటేజ్ బ్రోకెన్ ఉందో, మై ఫార్మర్ విల్ గెట్ అ బెటర్ ప్రైస్ ఇఫ్ ఇట్ ఇస్ లెస్ బ్రోకెన్. So that is the app we are looking at, and that's the platform we are trying to nurture. So what I'm trying to say here, in agri-food, tine daka, mana plate meeda vache daka, at everywhere, intelligent technology tools can be put. Kani anni idi oka cluster comprehensive ga cheyali. So andaram kalisi cheyalante koncham ibbandi akkada. Next. So it is recognized. You had green revolution, you had second green revolution, you had pulse revolution, all revolution. We are now ready for the third revolution. Third revolution can be triggered with intelligent technology, yes, the driving force, and becoming a game changer. That's what the message I want to give to you youngsters. You are doing a lot of work, you want to do something for the farmer, you want to do something for the villages. Try to take the science part of what you are learning is into a practice. That would be the game changer for us. And then only we can make it more efficient, predictive. Okay, 3 రోజుల్లో వర్షం వస్తుంది, ఎట్లా చేయాలి? Then what I have to take care. వర్షం వచ్చిన తర్వాత చెప్తే ఫార్మర్కి ఎందుకండి అవసరమే లేదు. సో సీమ్లెస్గా ఈ టెక్నాలజీస్ అన్నీ కలపాలి. That is the challenge we are facing with data. Next. So even I also, not only in crop, you were talking about animalism. In the last National Startup Awards, I think Stella Apps, the Bangalore-based startup, has been awarded as the best startup in animalism. ఇక్కడ కూడా ఉన్నారు. ఇప్పుడు మన ఓన్ కరీంనగర్ డైరీలో I know many of the young startups who are actually working. Fish. Telangana is a big, domain area for fish, industry now. Aqua. I have tremendous, connects with a lot of IoT innovations which can be applied in these industries. So, TITA can actually connect us with some of these. My problem ఏమవుతుందంటే టెక్నాలజీ ఉంది, ఎక్కడ వేయాలో తెలియదు ఒక్కొక్కసారి. So, we need to build complementarity in the ecosystem. Next. What I was trying to say is, in India, 450 startups. Agri-lone ఉన్నాయి, and it must be news. How many? I have to capture data, I have to store data, I have to transfer data, and do analytics and transform it, my pain point is data itself. And that needs something to, mind about. So, and please also, a small message to all my young aspiring minds in this sector. One solution, one app often is not applicable in every part of agriculture value chain. For every crop, for every solution, for every stage of crop, you need a different customized approach. Very often, most of the people come, and I have an app to answer all the basic, all the difficulties of farming. When you actually deploy it, even one part of the value chain is not. So please come up when you come to us or we try to talk to you. Our message is there is a lot of customization required in the agri sector. And location wise, rice ఇక్కడ వేసిన డిస్ట్రిక్ట్ లో ఇంకో డిస్ట్రిక్ట్ లో ఒక ఫార్మర్ దగ్గర వేరే ఫార్మర్ దగ్గర దిగుబడి వేరుగా ఉంటుంది. అది ఎందుకు ఉంటుందంటే నేచర్ అట్లా ఇచ్చింది. You're talking about biological things, not of machines which come out of a factory. Okay, next. So in data use, regulatory. I know I have 3 startups with us working in drones. Drone policy took 4 years. Ippudu, of course, lucky again, Jesh, Research, intervention, VC, PGTSU is one university which has got permission to do application of drone technology for research, at least in agriculture, at the village. So it took 4 years on the policy itself. So every part of food, food regulatory is a big challenge. Skilled personnel. All the startups I referred now have good business models. They come back to us saying, ma'am, we are not able to get the required skilled personnel. A combination of agriculture, combination of IT, very difficult. Very, very difficult to get. So they change. And startup journeys, all the time they need people. We also due apologies to the investors. కానీ అగ్రికల్చర్లో ఇన్వెస్ట్ చేయడానికి 10 సార్లు ఆలోచిస్తారు. I know long risk ఉంది, but our risk aversion కొంచెం VCs దగ్గర కొంచెం ఎక్కువ ఉంది. So that's a big challenge for us. And of course, deployment and connectivity to rural stakeholders, వాళ్ళని కన్విన్స్ చేయాలి. అరే నువ్వు ఫార్మర్కి వెళ్ళి 9 to 4 పని చేస్తానంటే ఏ ఫార్మర్ ఉంటారు అక్కడ? Farmer would like to go in the mornings. So that's itself a great thing. And with due pardon, you youngsters, many of you, if I say get up at 5 o'clock and go to the farm one day, it's a challenge. Definitely a challenge because you are all used to different time zones in the day. So connectivity, empathy, talking with people, the farmers, that itself is a lesson we all need. And that's the challenge for many of us. Next. So even if you have pain points, pain is meant to be dealt with and taken away. Are we not facing COVID? We are facing COVID. Pain is there, but we have faced it successfully. We face. So it's important to seize this wave which can come, ride on the bandwagon of technology, but bridge the gaps. Remove that blanket which is covering and not allowing us to think beyond, certain amount of technology level, and use information technology. I really like this word, intelligent technology, for better decision making. But luckily for us in Telangana, we have a strong policy framework, and we are also part of, the central government's policy on data use. I hope something will come out in the next 4 months. And also develop how to create that integration of agriculture with technology in the course. So my students don't know what is data or even, Python. Maybe schools loone neruttunnaru. Can we take that model into the college level, in the UG level? Can we also translate the same agri module into the engineering colleges? I think it's time we do all this integration. Next one. So my agenda list is policymakers should be aware. They have to build the ecosystem. Agriculture, we need to know and accept information technology as one major tool and not be only conservative. Engineering background students should understand that there is a value chain with lot of complexity and layers. Entrepreneurs should learn to synergize these ideas. It is a little longer journey as compared to other sectors. Don't get disheartened because the challenge is really very exciting. And of course, develop a para-technology workforce at the back end. Adi lekapothe we can't do anything. Of course, for that, of course, the students, I keep asking Srija, will you continue to be in agriculture? Her innovation is agri-based, but she wants to get into engineering field. No limitations, no close burden, but with her background, she is a typical example of the integration itself. Next one. So I just actually put it one more. That cultural rapport is something which I would like to put emphasis, and I think TITA will be a very good forum for me to develop that rapport with the rural stakeholders. We look forward for that. Next one. AgHub is only one. We would, I think, such platforms are needed if we have to take it really like a revolution. More platforms are needed. Even if there are other platforms, this is an open invitation for convergence, and we would be happy to partner with any of the other incubators. Thank you.